I'm gonna be completely honest. My studio right now sucks. It's messy, I have stuff all over the place, I don't have enough head space, I don't have enough desk space. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this little corner here into a brand new studio setup using minimal tools and knowledge of engineering and acoustics. So I guess welcome to the first episode of how to build a DIY studio.
The first thing I'm doing is measuring the walls and then measuring a couple 2x4s I had lying around to use as the supports. The table is going to be wall mounted, so I don't have to worry about building legs. I'm using a handsaw for this because I couldn't find my safety glasses. I switched saws halfway through because I thought it would be easier, but it wasn't.
At least the wood smells good.
I then had to sand down the wood just to get rid of any sharp bits. Now I'm using a stud detector to find the spots that I should put the screws when I'm mounting the 2x4s to the wall, and then I'm measuring the height I want the boards to be at. I want the table to be 44 inches high.
This board is bigger than I thought. About to try not to cut my fingers off. Wish me luck.
Now I'm cutting out the actual table surface with the table saw. I found my safety glasses, so I was able to use it, thankfully. Remember, it's always safety first. I then proceeded to scare myself with the power sander. Yeah, that board took a while to sand. It was the last thing I had to cut though, so I was having a good time.
Usually this is where I mess stuff up, when I'm drilling irreversible holes into my wall.
This is when I discovered that the boards I was using were made out of really hard wood. It took me a long time to get those screws in.
There's literally smoke coming out of this board.
Once I had the two side supports in, I could just wedge the rear support between them and use both my hands while working. That made it a lot faster. After that, I was able to put the surface on the supports and drill the last few holes. The plywood doesn't quite fit, but it isn't much of an issue. After I had the surface on, I added a Hawaiian blanket before moving my setup to the table. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be making more over this fall as I add more and more cool stuff to the studio. See ya!